guys, Ellie the Belly is back here with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple montage on Davinci Resolve. So first of all, once you get Davinci Resolve open, get a new project. I'm going to name it something like tutorial montage, and then I'm going to create it. Okay, so obviously before you start up on your montage, you're gonna want to, you can keep your graphics like this, but you should definitely change the FPS to 60, because if you don't, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Now I'm gonna go to 1080p 60 FPS. Okay, so now that I have all my settings ready, I can import my clips. Okay, now that you have all of your clips imported, and by the way, I'm gonna put the link to all these clips and my cinematics in the description. Once you have all that, you're gonna find a place where you're gonna start your song off. So there, I don't really want that to be in it, so I'm just gonna start it right here where the song actually starts. I'm gonna cut it down just about right here. Okay, now it starts right here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark on the beat drops, so where I'm gonna have my clips. For me, I'm only gonna, so first of all I have to make where the cinematics are gonna start and stop. So the first cinematic is gonna start right here. It's gonna stop right here. Let me see where I want it to stop.
Happy on the asset social, man. Loyalty over royalty.
I want it to stop like at this marker here, and then I want the second cinematic to stop
There's no vibes
over here. Okay, so I have
loyalty over royalty. Y'all niggas.
okay, so now we have where I want the cinematics to go. Oh, and then it's gonna end like right here. Well, how long it is. So I'm gonna add 4 beat drops because that's how many clips I have. Okay, so I already have my where my clips are gonna go. So now let's put them in the timeline. So I got my first clip right here. I'm gonna unlink the clips because I don't need the sound. I'm gonna drag it down. Down at the marker because that's when I want it to end. Oh, and also, by the way, Davinci Resolve it's probably gonna crash. So after you do a lot of effects, you need to do Control S, because Control S saves your project, just so that in case it crashes, it's fine. Okay, so I have this cinematic here. I'm actually gonna ramp the sound in so that it kind of like fades in. You can kind of hear that. Okay, now I'm gonna show you a little write-on effect. Okay, so now we're gonna add text to this. So it's not just a blank cinematic. Bless me. I'm gonna add text to it so it doesn't look so blank. So you're gonna come over to the effects library if you don't already have it open. Go to effects and drag in a fusion composition and make it the length of the clip. And then you're gonna select it and go into the fusion tab. So all you'll see is a media out. Now I'm gonna put this text preset in the description. Oh, this is what I'm using right now. So once you get it, you're just gonna connect merge one and media out, and it'll automatically just say highlights one. Change that to whatever you want. I'm gonna change it to what you will learn because this is a tutorial video. Okay, so now I'm gonna show a little write-on effect that will make that it'll give this like a little effect. And by the way, your Davinci Resolve might be a little laggy. So if you're doing a lot of effects, you might want to change this down to quarter resolution so that you can still see what you're doing. So for the write-on effect, you're going to go all the way to the first frame, keyframe it, and drag this all the way down. So right now, the whole video, it's just blank. But now, if you're on 30 FPS, go 10 frames to the right. So you could either press on the 10, or you can press your arrow key 10 times. If you're on 60 FPS like me, go to the 20th frame. Then once you're on the frame that you're supposed to be on, you're going to keyframe right on again and drag it up. So right now, this is a little right on effect you can see. So now we're going to make it right off at the end. So you're going to go all the way to the end where it shows nothing. You're going to keyframe it, drag it all the way up, and then depending on, again, if you're on 10 FPS, or if you're on 30 FPS, go 10 frames to the left, and if you're on 60, go 30, don't go 20. So for this, you have to use your arrow keys because you're not going to be sure how many frames it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So for me, there is 20, and I'm going to keyframe it and drag it all the way down. So now, I have a little write-on effect, and you're going to keep on saving the video so that it doesn't accidentally, or if it crashes, your project will be saved. So now you have a little text write-on effect, as you can see.
Loyalty over royalty.
So it's kind of laggy, but you can see it. Okay, so now we're gonna do my other. Oh my god, didn't split it. Now we're gonna do my other cinematic. So first of all, you're gonna unlink the clips, delete the sound because it just makes it easier. I believe I'll cut it down like right there. Alright, so now I'm just gonna copy and paste this fusion because I'm gonna do basically the same thing here, except I'm not doing the same thing. Whoa, spooky. Spooky. Okay, so I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna go to the fusion tab. And now, first of all, I'm gonna change this. So, now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna write like follow, or how about like and sub if you enjoy. Okay, so now first of all, we're just gonna delete all the keyframes. So I believe this will stay. Okay, so it stays the same the whole video. And now I'm gonna add a little, it's gonna like rotate. So you're gonna go over to this tab next to the text, press on rotation, and then you're gonna keyframe the Y and put it at 90 degrees, so it just looks like this. And then you're gonna go 20 frames to the right, same as last one, except we're doing rotation, not a right on. So okay, I went 20 frames to the right. I'm gonna keyframe it and drag and change that to 0. So right now it's just gonna rotate in a little bit. Now we're gonna do that exact same thing for the end. So you're gonna keyframe this right here, 90 degrees, then oh, I don't know if I did that correctly. Okay, that's 20. I did do it correctly. Okay, now you're gonna keyframe this, put it to 0. So now you have a little rotation. It rotates in, and then it rotates out. I don't know why it's so laggy. But yeah. So now you have your text basically all done. But I'm also gonna add some. Oh, and by the way, you can't do these effects without the plugins. So S underscore, that's because it's S underscore means it's Saphire Effect, so you have to download Saphire Plugins. I'll put the link to the Saphire Plugins in the description. And yeah, and once you have your Saphire Plugins, you can also do this little wavy text. So you're gonna search up warp. Oh, it's in Open Effects, I forgot. Go to Open Effects, warp waves. So you're gonna get this warp waves, then you drag it on to the fusion composition. Right now, it'll look disgusting, so it's gonna look like that. But we're gonna change how it looks. So, to change how it looks, you're gonna open up the inspector, go to Open Effects, change the amplitude to 0.01, frequency to 0.75, I believe. Then you're going to change the displace angle to -120. And finally, you're going to change the phase speed to 2.07. And then yeah, that's the little wave. Then you're going to copy those settings on this. So I'm going to go to this, and then what the frick just happened? Oh yeah, I didn't add warp waves onto it. I add warp waves onto the fusion composition. Go to Open Effects, 0.01, 0.75, -120, and 2.07. Okay, now you have your little wavy text. So yeah, that is the intro done. So now we're gonna add the clips. So I'm gonna grab my first clip, and I'm gonna show you how to like find where you're gonna put your clip. So I'm first of all just gonna mute this audio so I can find it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna leave a marker on the first frame that the shotgun hits, which is how you. So it didn't hit yet. Okay, so you see he just got the siphon on this clip. So you're gonna mark the clip, and you're gonna line it up with this, which is because that's the beat drop that I'm using. So to do that, I'm just gonna drag this down, and I'm gonna drag these over here, unmute the audio, and drag this over here. So yeah, that's how it is right now, and I'm also gonna want it to end. I'm gonna make it, let me see. I'm gonna make it end right at the end of this. So I'm gonna press B because that brings up the blade. Okay, now that we have our clip synced, you're gonna unlink the clips. So you have the audio and the video. I'm gonna turn down volume of the audio because the oh my god is just in my ears. Yeah. I'm gonna turn up this sound, the audio of the music a little bit. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, it's syncing. Yeah. It's kind of laggy. Don't know why, but it is. Okay, so now to add velocity, you're gonna go press Control R, then make sure you're on the frame where the shot hits. You're gonna click this, add speed point, click this, change speed, change it to 50%, and then make the size. So at the right here it'll be normal speed. It like goes to slow mo. Alright. Now we have this. Okay, so for this effect, I'm gonna do a little. It's gonna do a glow and a shake. And you do need Saphire plugins for this, so go download Saphire plugins. You should already have them if you already did the effects that I showed earlier in the video. Whoa, I don't even know what I just said. So you're gonna hit Control Space to find your effects. Then you're gonna search glow, and you're gonna click on S_glow and add it. Now it might already be added. If it's not already here, then it'll just look like this. You're gonna hold down on this while holding Shift. And once you see this little yellow and blue, you let go. Then you'll see the glow. I'm going to do a little pink, glow pink, like that. Now to keyframe the glow, it's really easy. So what you're gonna do is make sure that you're on the frame that the shot hits. You're gonna go, first of all, so you're gonna go keyframe this. Make sure that it's at the brightness that you want. I'm gonna put it at like 3.5. And then you're gonna go back 5 frames, probably, because that's probably the best frame to go back. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keyframe it and drag the brightness all the way down. Because if you don't do that, the entire clip will be glowing, and we only want it to be glowing when the shot hits. So in these 4 frames, the glow will progressively get stronger, like that, and that, and that. I said 4 frames, I meant 5. And then you can either go to the end of the clip. I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna go to the end of the clip. And then I'm just gonna go to the end of the clip, keyframe it, and drag the brightness down. So yeah, now you have your little brightness. Now we're gonna add a shake. I'm still learning how to use S_shake. But for now, we're just gonna use a little camera shake. So you're gonna search up shake, and you're gonna click on camera shake in parentheses CSHK. Then you're gonna hold down your left click on it, hold down Shift. Then once you see that, you're just gonna let go of both. So right now it's a little shake. So first of all, during the shake, you see it's just this canvas. What you're gonna do is change that to mirror, so it's just mirroring the other. I honestly think it looks better. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna drag X deviation and Y deviation all the way down, and you're gonna change rotation. Well, first, yeah, you're gonna change rotation deviation to 0.45. I just stuttered there, bro. Ugh. Then you're gonna go to the frame where the shot hits, so that would be right here. You're gonna keyframe the overall strength and put it at 1 times. And then you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames to the right. And you're going to keyframe it again, drag it all the way down so that there's no shake. You're gonna go back to the original keyframe. And then I'm just gonna do it to the end of the video because that's where the glow stretches out to. So I'm gonna keyframe it, drag it to 0, and then okay, that's just we finished our first clip. So it might be a little laggy, so I'm just gonna go frame by frame. Can't really hear the sound, but so yeah. You have your first clip there, and the graphics are low because it's quarter resolution. They're gonna keep it like that if you don't want it to lag. Now I'm whoa. I'm gonna grab my second clip, and again I'm gonna sync it up. So I'm going to mute this. I'm gonna find where the shot hits. So the shot will hit right here. So I'm gonna mark that, and I want to line it up with this marker because that's where the next beat drop is. So I'm gonna shorten it so that it can line up perfectly. Lines up. I'm gonna drag it down so that this is the start of the clip. Okay, so I'm gonna make it like oh my god, this is so loud. And I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit because that's loud. Oh, this is still really loud. That's very quiet. That should be good. Okay, so I think I want it to end right here. Okay, so now that it's all synced up, we're gonna unlink the clips. Control R again. Add a speed point. Change speed to 50%. Shorten the clip. Okay, so now we have this right here. Now for this effect, we're gonna add a little punch, a little, I don't know what it's called. I just found it on my own. So you're gonna go to Fusion. You're gonna search up dent, and it's the dent in parentheses DNT. You're gonna add it. If it doesn't show up the first time, add it again. there. And for me, it's already added. If it's not for you, then do the same thing. Now it's a little swirl, but we're going to change it to dent 2. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 5, or, you know what? I'll go 4 frames to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to keyframe this and put it to 0. So 4 frames to the right, it'll just show nothing. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, where the shot hits, I'm going to keyframe it and change it to whatever I want it to be, but I'll make it like this. 0.1. Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm just gonna do -1, because that's good. And then I'm gonna go 4 frames to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyframe it and 0. So that's a little, like, zooms in, then it zooms out. And now we're gonna add the little hue thing. So you're gonna go over to the color tab and make sure that you are on, I believe it's this, yeah. Make sure you're on the wheels. And then I'm gonna go 4 frames, because that's where I want it to be. I'm gonna keyframe corrector 1, change the hue to, like, I'm gonna change it to 0, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4 to where I want it to start, and then change this to 50. So now, right now it's just gonna go a little rainbow. It's go like this, then 1, 2, 3, 4, where I want it, like, the effects to end. I'm gonna change this to 50. So yeah, we added our effects to this too now. So how it looks right now is it's actually very short, but it's fine. Yeah. So we added our second clip. Now I'm gonna go to the second to last clip, drag it in. Then again, I'm gonna mute this audio so I can hear this. Oh, I'm gonna mark on this. Need to go to the first frame that the shot hits, which is right here. Mark it, make it smaller, line up the markers, drag it like that. Oh my god! Then I'm gonna make end right here. Unmute the audio. So you can see it goes like this. It's lined up. Again, now that it's lined up, unlink the clips, Control R. So for this effect, it's not really anything very cool. It's almost like the opposite of the last effect. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Fusion. We're gonna add another dent. Except for this, we're gonna add a little punch. We're gonna add a punch. So again, go to dent 2. So I'm gonna make it go like this. It's not gonna go. This isn't gonna zoom in. It's gonna more like, it's gonna look like there's a bubble in the middle of the screen. So I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Keyframe it 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyframe it, and then I'm gonna put this to like button. Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyframe it. 0. So now we have our little, like, pinch. Oh my god. Why is it so laggy? I'll show it like this. Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna add little glow. S_glow again. Except for this one, I'm just gonna keep it white. Or, you know what? I'll change it to like this. And change the brightness. Turn the brightness up like 4.25. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyframe it. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keyframe it. 4.25. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm just gonna do it to the end of the clip. Keyframe it. 0. So yeah, that is our to last clip. Okay, so after recording the video, I realized I should probably add a transition because that would probably make it look better. So I'm gonna add an adjustment clip so that you can actually bring it in and put it over the two clips, and make sure that you're on the keyframe in the middle of the two videos. So for me, that would be not there. It would be this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go 5 keyframes to the right and 5 keyframes to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to leave a marker there. So now there's a marker there. Then okay, the frame in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And add a marker there. And now I'm gonna shorten it by the 2 markers, not that. I'm gonna shorten it right there. Then I'm gonna cut the excess. And I'm also gonna cut it in the middle of the 2. So now we have 2 little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, and then, but that's not it, obviously. Now you're gonna come over here. You actually can't do it in Fusion. Gonna go to Open Effects, I believe, and search up S_blur mo curves. So this one right here, S_blur mo curves. Make sure that there's a white outline, and let go. You're gonna drag it on top of both of them. Once you dragged it on top of both of these, you're gonna go to Open Effects, and for the first like adjustment clip, you're going to copy these settings right here. Okay, so now that you've probably copied those settings, I still need to do reflect. Okay, and you're also gonna keyframe these, so you're just gonna click on the pyramids or whatever diamonds, and you're gonna go to the last frame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the end of it. You're going to keyframe ZDist and put it to 0.6, and I'm gonna keyframe both of these, and you are going to put them both at 0.1. 0.1, 0.1. So this is what it will look like. It's a little transition. You can see it goes like that. And then now for this clip, Okay, so now on this one, you're going to copy these settings. Feel free to pause. Okay, so now that you've copied these settings, you are going to go to the last one. So the last frame for me is right here. And you are going to keyframe them again, obviously. Then change Z dist to 1, Shift Y and Shift X both to 0. Okay. So now you have a little transition. So from the end of this clip, it'll go 1, 2, it'll go like this, and then this is the start of the transition. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, and if you can make it not that laggy, here I'm gonna make playback quarter resolution so that it shouldn't be too laggy.
Addicted to blue cheese.
You could barely,
Addicted to blue.
but yeah, it happened maybe.
Addicted to.
Yeah, looks pretty smooth. I like it. And yeah, now back to the actual video. Now, our last clip, which is actually maybe my favorite effect. I love this effect so much. It just looks so cool. And for this, there's another thing that you have to download. I'll put it in the description. So first of all, I'm gonna find where the shot hits. Oh. Well, it does hit there, but that's not the first. Okay, it hits right here. And I want it to hit on that beat drop right there. So I'm gonna go that. And then it's lined up right now, so.
I knew it.
Oh my god. I did not mean to do that. Also, if you want to undo something that you already did, if you want to undo it, press Control Z. And if you want to redo it, press Control Shift Z. Again, keep on doing Control S to save. Okay, I'm gonna end the clip right here because this is a tutorial video and it's just gonna end right there. I'm gonna fade this out. Actually, like, I'm gonna fade it out here. Do the same thing with this. Okay, so it's gonna fade out at the end. Okay, we have our speed down. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna import a little, it's a little like shockwave, I don't know what I would call it. I have to find it. Oh my god. Oh, right here. Yarn shockwave with effects rendered. So this is what I'm gonna be using. Because I'm gonna unlink the clips, delete the sound. Okay, so right now it's just gonna look like this. I'm actually gonna just change the clips. Can I talk? 600% about that, yeah. And then I'm gonna put it over the shot where the shot hits. So it'll just go like this. So that's how it looks. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna put it over like this. So this is what's gonna happen on the So right now it's just gonna look like this. To change so that this is transparent, I'm gonna go to the Fusion tab, Control space, and search up Delta Keyer, add the delta here, and then you're gonna drag background color down to black, reference down to black, and then you'll see this little transparent thing. And now it's just transparent, so it's gonna, it just goes like that. So now it's transparent, thankfully. And then I'm also gonna cut it where the clip or where the shot hits. Boom. And boom. Yeah, so we have two separate clips because I'm gonna add effects on them. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some underwater audio to this sound. So I'm gonna clip equalizer, I will turn it on, and then to make it underwater audio, you're gonna drag the 1 in and also the 4 in, and this is what the whoopty will sound like now. You can hear it kind of sounds underwater. Yeah. So now we have that, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the clip, go to the color tab, and then we're gonna keyframe corrector right here, drag the hue, or no, not the hue. What am I doing? Okay, hue stays the same, but we drag the saturation down a bit, like 31.8 is pretty good. And then, hello? Thank you. Okay, now you're gonna go like the frame before the shot hits. It's just gonna be like right here. That's 2 frames, but I know. And we're gonna drag the saturation all the way down. So by here, the saturation will be all the way down. You know what? I'm gonna bring the shockwave right here. That's good. So I'm back in the color tab. So you'll see that the saturation fades. Right now it's completely black and white. Okay, now on this clip, we're gonna make sure that the start of the clip, yeah, saturation is already at 50. So right now, what it looks like is so it's black and white, and then it goes back to color. But right now, the shockwave effect does nothing. It's just a circle that goes. What we're gonna do soon is we're gonna make it so that the color is only in the middle and it's black and white all around, so it's like spreading color around in the video. Okay, so now we're gonna add a little effect to the circle, kind of. Make sure that we're on the first frame. Make sure that you also have this up here selected. Once there's like a red outline on it, which means that it's selected, you're gonna press Alt L, and it'll bring up a second one of these. You're gonna go to the first one, and go to, no, not that, this right here. And then you're gonna select monochrome. So you'll see that this one's black and white, and this one's color. Once you're now on the color one, you're gonna select it and press the circle. So now you'll see the little circle that I was talking about. Okay, so now I'm gonna adjust it so that the color progressively comes in. So I'm gonna adjust this so that only colors in the middle. Then I'm gonna keyframe corrector 3, go 1, 2, 3 frames. Then I'm gonna change the circle again. If you want it to be super precise, do it like every 3 frames. If you want it to be normal, you can do 3 frames and then go it. at the end, but I'm gonna make it super precise. So then 1, 2, 3. One, two. Oh, what the frick? 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. We're almost at the end right now, but not quite. And then now I'm gonna go to the frame where it's completely gone, which would be right here. And then I'm just gonna drag it like this. So yeah, that is our little shockwave effect done. Don't want to go to Fusion tab. So you'll see that there's only color in the middle of the circle, and then keeps on being just in the middle of the circle. Like the shockwave effect gives it color. Yeah. So if you want to, you can change the color of this. I'm probably gonna here. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the second one. I'm going to turn shadows all the way up. Color boost all the way up. Then I'll change gain to like here. I'll make it a little red. Little red thing. So now the shockwave effect is red. So that is how it looks.
She a groupie, she just swallow all my kids in the
Yeah, and then I need this to fade out.
she just swallow all my kids in the
So yeah, that's where I'm going to end it off today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And now just peace out.